Hi, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chat with Christy. I want us to discuss something really interesting today, and that is how do you love your child in a way that they understand? And by extension, love languages of children. Children have unique ways that they love to be loved, just like we adults have our unique ways we love people to love us. That is the way we desire that we be loved, the way we desire to be loved. Today we're going to be discussing how to learn the five love languages. There's a book by Gary Chapman called The Five Love Languages of Children. In that book detailed how your child wants to be loved and how you can effectively love your children. Our children are different. Even if you have a twin, they both want to be loved differently. You'll be surprised at their differences despite being twins, or in this case, identical twins. So, how do you begin to identify the way your child wants to be loved and love them effectively and that? The first step you need to take to begin to love your child well is to actually know their love language. When you know a child's love language, it makes it easy for you to really love that child. You can say, yes, I love my child. I mean, what are you talking about? Do I need to learn how to love my child? And my child knows that I love them. You might be surprised if you have to ask your child, and your child may say, I do not feel loved despite you feel you love me. And that might be heartbreaking for some parents because you think, all I'm doing for you, everything I've done for you, and you say that I don't love you. No, not that you do not love them, but you're not speaking their love language. And so I want to share with you how you can begin to love your child the way they want to be loved. So the five love languages of children include physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and gifts, just like we have in adults, but they are being expressed differently for children. So children have ways that they want you to love them, and they will appreciate it if you love them in that manner. If your child's love language is words of affirmation, and you keep pouring in gifts and gifts and gifts, they might actually appreciate it, yeah, but not as much as they would if you give them loads of words of affirmation. And so you need to learn how your child needs to be loved to begin to love them effectively. So another step you can take after going through the book, I'll encourage you if you're a parent to go and find the five love languages of children and read it. It's gonna help you a great deal in understanding how your child wants to be loved. And you'll also get to do the test of the test of discovering your child's love language. Because our children want us to love them the way that makes them feel loved. You don't love someone the way they want, you love them the way they want. That is how your love will really be appreciated. So, what does it mean to love a child using physical touch? Some children prefer their parents to be touching them loving in a loving way rather than just any other way. So when you give a child touches here and there, maybe before they go to school, you hug them, you kiss them, and you snuggle them in, or you rub their head, or you rub their shoulders, or you pat them at the back. All of that, or you hold them by the hand while you're taking them to school or to the school bus. All of that is a way to speak physical touch language to the child. So if your child is someone that loves touches, if you've noticed that your child feels more love when you touch them, then it's important that you begin to touch them in a loving way, intentionally. You don't just allow it to happen by chance. You are conscious of the fact that this child loves to be touched, and so I must give them loads and loads of it. But if your child loves words of affirmation, that means they love to be spoken the right words to. So you need to be careful when you say to such a child, because if you're going to love a child whose love language is words of affirmation, it means you must not use words carelessly around that child. For a child whose love language is not words of affirmation, they may actually take it lightly if you say some things. But for those whose love language is words of affirmation, they take words so dear to their hearts that if it's a hurtful word, it hurts them more than it will hurt other children who doesn't have words of affirmation as their love language. So the next love language is gifts. Children whose love language is gifts will appreciate the tiniest of gifts. They will celebrate it like you give them heaven on earth. Unlike children who doesn't have love language of gifts as a primary love language. Example is my daughter. Whenever she gets a gift, she celebrates it. She's so lost. It's like, God. You hear all the wow, 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 wow. That's them. They love gifts. It's not in the size of the gift, it's in the number of gifts that they receive and the attitude that they received it with. So if you just throw a gift to a child, they won't appreciate it. But if you make it special, you make it like a surprise, you wrap it, you hide it, you do all sort of special things just to make the child understand that you love them. You are speaking their language. And that child's love tank will continuously be full so that they will be ready for the harsh world out there. See, the world is already hard. Don't make it harder for your child. Love them the way they want to be loved. So that if they go outside where love is lacking, they will be filled with the love they receive at home because they have gotten loads of love at home. So that is very important that you discover your child's love language and you speak it continuously every day. Yeah, that's tasking, but that is what makes you a parent. If you were not going to do that, you shouldn't have been a parent in the first place. I'm sorry. Am I shaking some tables already? I guess. Let's continue. The next love language we discuss is acts of service. What's acts of service? Acts of service is helping your child in times of need. When they need something, for instance, the child is struggling to do a particular task at home, you can offer a helping hand and say, "Can I help you?" Say yes, and then you extend your hand of help to them. That will speak so loudly to them that you love them more than any other love language. Maybe your child is doing an assignment and say, "Mommy, can you help me? I'm trying to figure this out." And you help that child. That child will feel loved. Maybe your child is doing dishes and you just say, "Let me help you while you wash it. I'll help you rinse it and pack them." That child will feel so loved. Unlike a child whose love language is acts of service. So begin to discover your child's love language today and you begin to see how much your child will even appreciate what you're doing for them. Now, the last point we're going to look at in love languages is quality time. Yeah, love language is quality time. That is my primary love language, of course. So I love it when especially my loved ones, for instance, my husband spends time with me, we jeans to talk, we watch movie, we do activity, we play games, we walk around, we go out together and have real quality time. It makes me feel so loved. So that's the same thing for your child. And our daughter too has that primary love language as quality time, and then the second is gift. So whenever we spend time with her and play with her and have fun and she loves to cheese with me, she said, "Mommy, let me tell you something." I'll be like, "Hey, bring it on, baby girl." You know, that kind of feeling. So she feels like, my mommy really wants to hear what I want to say. And she'll begin to say it. So that will make that child to be feeling full of love all the time. They will feel like their love tank is filled every single time. The child will not start seeking that quality time somewhere else with someone who may not even love them, who will not have a good intention for them, who will have evil motive for them. So you need to be the one who fills your child's love tank always. So it goes both way, both for a male child and a female child, so that they don't go seeking for that outside. That would be one of the most dangerous things that they will do because you don't know who they're going to meet out there. So you need to be the primary giver of their love language. And of course, the people around them, their aunties, their grandparents, their uncles, and every other person. But you are the number one person to fill the love tank of your children. Only if you have 6 children, I tell you, you have to fill 6 love tanks. Yes, if you have 10, my dear, you have to fill it. You see, parenting is not just about having so many children or giving birth to plenty children without even considering the consequence that comes with it. You have to be there for every one of your child. No child must feel ignored.